Hi everyone, it's Mary Jo. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you to everyone who's been watching. I really appreciate your support, and if you like, please like and subscribe so you'll get notices of when my videos are up. Thank you very much again to everyone who's been watching my videos. I'm doing a little video here for our shift in energy. Saturn has been transiting Sagittarius for almost 2.5 years, and it will be shifting into Capricorn. And you're saying, so what's the big deal? Well, anytime one of the outer planets kind of move, because they move very slowly, some up to 84 years, enter a new sign, it is a big deal. It's a new energy, and it's going to last for a certain period of time. Saturn is also key in not only that you have your sun goes into your birthday every year to make your solar return, or Venus moves into the time of your birth, the Venus return. Saturn is key. I don't know if anyone's ever heard of you're having your Saturn return. It happens every 28 to 30 years. So your first Saturn return is between the ages of about 28 to 30. It's where at the time that you jumped in from the void, Saturn was in your chart. And as it re-enters that energy for the 2.5 years, that is when Saturn is testing you. Saturn is kind of like an exam giver, a test taker giver. It's the teacher, the mentor, the instructor who's going to just qualify you and see what have you learned, like quantify you too, and how have you evolved, where have you matured, because Saturn does talk about karma. It talks about structure in our lives. It is time, like Father Time. It puts limits on us, restraints on us. It's about our ambitions and our maturation. So these things are affected either in a, let's say, shadow side or light side, you know, pros and cons, challenges and successes. But very much Saturn is all about successes and ambition. Okay, Saturn rules Capricorn. So not only is it transiting this big deal, it's in its own house, so it's dignified. So, you know, you're back to my house. It's like you've been traveling, and then you're back in your own home. This is my house. This is my rules, okay? This is the way I make it. That's, you're like an exalted, dignified guest there, you know, because it's your placement. Now, when you have Saturn in Capricorn, it's going to affect those things we talked about, karma, structure, or form. It's also going to affect in the part of your body that Capricorn rules, your knees or your joints, your exoskeleton, okay, your endoskeleton too. So it's going to affect your skin and your joints. So be careful of arthritis, inflammation, any injuries to the joints, to the skin, okay, because that is the part of the body that Capricorn rules. All right, and as it transits through your houses in the 2.5 years, it's going to affect each and every one of us differently. But back to that Saturn return, that's why people say you shouldn't get married till you're like between 20 and 30, because you have to wait for the wisdom and the years of experience to learn before you embark on something that takes that much time and responsibility. So this year, it's entering December 19, 2017. Saturn will enter Capricorn for 2.5 to 3 years stay to March 21st, 2020. I found that date very interesting. Not only is it 3, 2, 1, like go, 2020, okay? 3/21 is the vernal equinox. It is the first day of spring, new beginnings, new life. And 2020 is like acuity, clarity, acute vision. So that's very interesting. We're embarking on this maturation, discipline, with this teacher-mentor energy that implements like these testing or exams. So it's offering you restraints, okay? It's offering you challenges and conflicts to rise above, like the goat climbs the mountain, even in a most vertical position. If you've ever seen those goats that climb straight up a mountain just to lick the salt on the mountain. These are challenges that are easy for goat, and most people, humans, look at it, or even other creatures in the energy kingdom can't fathom to do this. So this is a great time for you to really delve in and test your humility, okay? and how you use your power, because Saturn is about power. Are you a dictator? Are you a ruler? Are you condescending? Are you whole, high and mighty, better than everyone else? Okay, you want to evolve that into a humility where you use this power within you that you know that you have, that you don't have to brag out to everybody and show your stuff and beat everybody down, but use this energy as it flows through you as the vessel that you are, like a flute is an instrument, and your breath flows through the flute to create the sound. The flute is the vessel. The energy is your breath, your life force. So your vessel, your energy, has all this energy, this power through your body. You want to assert it in a way that is assertive but not aggressive, and so that you can channel this energy and this power so that you don't dominate others, but let it flow through you. Like I said, to be this vessel, this energy, rather than this ruling dictator or curmudgeon, cantankerous old man, you know, kind of that strong, demanding parent-father energy, which is very much Saturn also too, the disciplinarian. So this is a time for us to organize, become ambitious and clear-headed. Be strong, be persistent, but be responsible, all right? You're looking for prestige here because that's the 10th house. So that's right at the top of the chart. You have 1 on the angle, you know, and 4, and then 7 and 10. So you have this home is on the 4th house, 10th house is career, reputation, the outer world. See, like the outer planet. How does the outer world see me? Where's my reputation going? The prestige. I'm hardworking, I'm dedicated, I'm responsible, I'm reliable, I'm Saturn, I'm Capricorn. You know, I'm going to get things done. I've got structure, I've got reform, I've got discipline, but I'm also old paradigms. Okay? Old ways, old governments, jails, things that are, you know, restraining and holding us back, you know, CEOs, corporations today, you know, that are keeping us down in the lower vibration. So you want to evolve that instead of devolving to those cantankerous old man ways that's stuck on stupid. You know, you want to evolve that, okay, and maybe in service to others, using your power and your energy to help others so you don't become reclusive and stuck, you know, in the ways that society limits you to, okay? That's very much Saturn. Society and government and churches and schools and companies, corporations, even a home, you're restricted, you're limited. You can't break free of the reins, but it's all because you have to learn things too. But you want to clear your head, be persistent and strong and responsible, and the prestige, the notoriety for your accomplishments will come easier, and your goals will be achieved that way. You know, you want to seek rewards for your dedication. That's very Capricornian. They want the attaboy, the pat on the back, the applause, the reach around. And why not? You did all this hard work. If anyone knows a truly evolved Capricornian, they're unstoppable, they're persistent, they drive through. Now, in the lower vibration, be careful of being lonely, you know, feeling restrained and reclusive, you know, getting too introspective, serious, or selfish. Being suspicious or egotistical, you know, you want to avoid those things, and you want to progress those unevolved energies. You know, that's going to be energies passing through you because you might not be getting everything you want when you want it, and Saturn's not going to give it to you until you do the work. Okay, I'm not saying break your back for 60 hours, but just knowing you have to put the work into it. Effort goes a long way with the universe. And this is a lot of karmic energy, too, that's going to be passing through your houses, okay? So let's go on and see. I laid out the major arcana, and if you've been watching your solar returns for whatever centricity you are, sun, moon, ascendant, and even north node, lots of planets, these are the majors for Aries all the way through to Pisces. So what house is it going to affect you in? Saturn's going to go through your 1st house, 2nd house, 3rd house, 4th house. I laid it out this way because in astrology, in the chart, it would be the 1st house is Aries. For you, your 1st house might be Cancer. But just saying, so where it's affecting the energy of the house, because the energy is passing through the house. It's like each house is owned by a planetary energy. And someone transits, they're visiting that house. But after time being, they're going to get the hell out. You had enough of them. You know, this too shall pass. You visited me and that, go. And then the next visitor comes in. But this is your house. So let's look at it as Aries is the first house, you know, and it goes Taurus is the second house, and they represent the energies. As the planets go through, or where your planets are, if any, in your houses, then that affects the energy as a visitor, but it's still that person's house, and that's the energy. So we know the first house is our ego, our self. So our first house, look at your chart if you have it. Okay, and if not, in the link I have below where you can go for free and put in the information for your own free, beautiful astrological chart. And don't worry if you don't have the time, so you won't know your ascendant, but you could just put in 12 o'clock p.m. and you still will get where your chart reveals what planets are in what houses at the time that you jumped in from the void. So starting with the first house, our energy, this is Aries, this is our ego. So maybe with this transit, you might be a bit too serious, you know, very disciplined at, maybe a bit edgy. Relax, okay? See, this is the emperor, the ruler. You know, he's not, you know, hammering things like a dictator to you. He's someone everyone in the higher vibration goes to for help, for guidance, for a path. You know, and he doesn't just aggressively and boldly send it out. We're looking in the upright. There are shadow sides to everything. But what we're looking in the evolved energy here, we want to make sure that we're delivering all of these ideas and energies that we have in a positive way, releasing doubts and fears. Like I said, don't be, you know, on edge here. It's a time to evolve. And this will lead you to success, because that's all about, you know, going ahead, being forward, that Aries energy. Be spontaneous. Take some risks. It'll help you, guide you, and give you the wisdom. Like you look to this emperor for wisdom, for guidance, okay? So Capricorn is going to look for this energy in this first house for guidance. And you don't want to be the opposite of it, like I said, too serious or introverted or overly, you know, disciplined and edgy. You want to relax a little, have some fun, and evolve that, you know, use your time to lead you to your success. And now in the second house with Taurus, you know, it's ruled by Venus, you have this energy of things. You want things, you know, you want money. It's financial success, your earnings, gaining self-confidence, like I said, with your esteem. You want to keep pursuing this to gain material stability and security. On the shadow side, you don't want to, you want to avoid thinking it's all going to be easy and come to you and you deserve it. You don't have to work for it. You have to put some effort into it. You know, you don't have to work hard and kill yourself your whole life, well, unless you want to. But you do have to put an effort into getting the things that you want. And this is material possessions in the second house. It is your self-esteem. It's beauty. Okay? Love. All right? So these are the things that Capricorn is going to challenge you. Saturn is going to challenge you on in your house when it visits. You know, like straighten it up, get things tidy, get things organized. You know, if you want material success, stop spending so much on that credit card. Get your bills paid down. You know, then go out and have fun. Don't go out and have fun and now you have all this debt. You know, this is about material things and money. So it's about being practical and pragmatic. And the Hierophant is the old paradigms. It is about restricting you to do things their way. But when it comes to Venus, who loves to play and have fun and a good time, you got to be careful with your money and responsible. And believe me, when Saturn's in that house, Saturn's going to get down to brass tacks. And you might see over the next 2.5 years, you got out of debt. Maybe you filed for bankruptcy. You learned your lesson. You got money came in, it was a windfall to help you pay things off. You got more serious and more mature and responsible with your money. All right, and then when we have in our third house, is our communications, but it's our siblings, aunts, uncles, cousins, neighbors, local jaunts, our communications of any kind, through air, through word of mouth, through electronics, you know, it doesn't matter. But it also would represent short trips, transportation, you know, local jaunts. So this is the Lover's card, it's Gemini. So how is it going to affect our worry-wart Geminis? You want to weed through that social butterfly network. You have thousands of friends on Facebook, hundreds of people on this social media. Why don't we go for quality versus quantity? Stop being judgmental. You got to have all these friends, but you're already saying who's this and who's that. Just stop that. Look at the qualities in all these people. And if you don't find quality, move on. Keep a close, tight network. That's what Saturn's going to expect of you and evolve through you. You might find yourself growing away from people, connecting from people that were in that network. You're going to hone in and that, like that web, you're going to tend to it and tighten it up and make it stronger, okay? And become more focused, because it's all your mental realm here. So you're going to want this quality, even in your pursuits. Concentrate more. You're going to really focus, because you know how you could be scatterbrained, Geminis, and I love you. One of my daughters is a Gemini, and one of my other daughters is a Gemini ascendant. So I could see how that happens in your vacillate. So you really want to, Saturn's going to make you hone in. Saturn's going to restrain you and limit you and all these things that you're flighty about, and make you get focused on them. Because once you're focused, you're going to see that things were going to tighten up for you and become better for you. You know, if you're trying to write a book or a play, your communication with other people, your emotions that you don't know how to express to other people, or that you're such a cold person in a way, aloof. You know, I shouldn't say cold, because Geminis can be very aloof. Oh, get over it already. Snap out of it. You know, be sensitive to other people's emotions, and not always in your clearly logical, wonderful mind, in this earthly mind, but be open to other people's feelings too, and ignore flaws that you perceive they have, because you know you're not perfect either, neither am I. You want to look for the quality in these people, because otherwise, why do you have them in your life? All right? You want to minimalize these relationships that aren't worth it in your life and outgrow them. And Saturn's going to force you to do that. And the way you express yourself to other people and communicate, Saturn's going to make you tighten that up too. Now, if you don't do it, you got to wait another 20 to 30 years, and this is going to come back to you again. I'm moving into the 4th house in Cancer with the Chariot, you know. This is like a card for victory, what we want, but this is about the home life. The 4th house is your home, your past, ancestors. So maybe you're feeling stressed in your family that they don't love you. You're feeling this. See the emotions, because the moon rules Cancer. They don't love me. Or maybe you're feeling like a dictator thing. Your father's too strict, or whoever the disciplinarian is. If you have a grandmother raising you, aunt, uncle, or it's your mother, you feel they're too strict with you. Here comes Ash again. This would be about understanding and maturing the fact that it isn't what you think it is. All right? And your suffering that you're feeling comes from something a lot deeper. Past karma, other lives that you brought into this world with you now. And you want to evolve that. All right? Because it's not your environment or your family that's causing these things. It is your old wounds that you want to mature and work through. And this is the time you want to do this. So when you evolve this, you'll see that your family and your home life is stable. And it was things that you had to work on about your feelings and mature. See, very much maturation. Evolving with Saturn, that you have a stronger solid foundation within yourself. Okay, so Saturn's going to test you there. Either in your home life, with your family, your mother, especially with the 4th house, it could be your mother, and Saturn is the father, so it's parenting, or whomever is this disciplinarian in your life, because you're going to refute the authority. You're fighting against that authority, and it's there for you to learn structure and reform, you know, and you can do with it what you will after on, but you have to learn it. You can't always spoil the child, you know, and this is about you understanding and evolving that energy for your home life. And then with Leo, the 5th house, which is all about fun, creativity, children, sex for pleasure. We have the Strength card. And so Saturn's going to challenge you about this. You know, where are you not having fun? Where are you having too much fun? Where are you playing too much and not doing the work to evolve? Even if you're an artist, a musician, and you've been working on this music for 2, 3, 10 years, or if you're a playwright, you know, because you're overly scrutinizing everything. You're being too reclusive or too strict on this situation. You have to evolve that energy and trust in the people that you've got surrounding you on this endeavor, in this creative endeavor, or yourself, that you're doing the right thing and you're doing what's best. Have fun with it. do the work, but have fun with it. Like I say, all work and no play makes Jane or Jack a dull girl or boy. You want to express yourself in a loving way. You want to create whatever this is with fun. Be childlike. Saturn's going to challenge you, yes, to be mature in how you're dealing with the situation or the people. But in yourself, they're going to ask you to love yourself more. Be generous with yourself more. Be more gentle with yourself. This is about assertion, not aggressiveness and aggression. See how she's taming the lion? The lion's glad to be by her side. Saturn's going to help you evolve the energies of you feeling insecure and lacking confidence. Saturn's going to help you shine, especially the North Node is in Leo. All right, so we want to find that Dharma energy, you know, and that true North in us of how we shine at this time and express ourselves artistically and with fun and creativity. It's definitely about travel too. So there may be limits and restraints on all of those things I talked about until you've evolved and matured your energy. Like I said, it's fine to have fun, but having too much fun and not doing work, and you're failing in your schoolwork, your marriage is falling apart, your relationships aren't stable, you're not doing well at work because you're just partying too much. See, this is the limitation Saturn's going to restrain on you, restrict you on, and your ambitions will be thwarted until you have a solid foundation, balancing that. And then with the 6th house, we have Virgo with the Hermit. Okay, so this is nervousness. This is worrying all the time. Be very careful of not avoiding this, because this is about you worrying about everything. And the lower vibration, all you're doing is stressing out, freaking out. This is like a nervous breakdown, a stroke. Okay, you could do this to yourself at this time. All right, you have to be careful. Irritations of the skin, because this is the worry wart and health, okay, with Virgo. And what's nice with Virgo, I like, because it is about earthly energy like Capricorn. It is long-term planning and stability. So if you evolve that energy with Saturn, you're kind of like a brother-sister energy there. You're like, hey man, we could really work together, tandem this. Okay, Saturn's going to show you, you need to relax and let go of things that are none of your business, okay, Miss Virgo or Mr. Virgo. Focus on you and your health, and being mindful, because you love using your mind. You like your Mercurian energy in Gemini. It rules Virgo. You want to focus your thoughts in a clear, logical way without being stressed, tasking yourself. Help other people. Focus your energy in being of service to others then, if that will help you. Okay? Because when you're worrying all the time about your kids and everything else, it's a form of fear and it's a form of control. And you're becoming a control freak, and who's it hurting? You. We want you to evolve that you could be concerned and love your family, friends, or situation, but not, you know, be overly involved in it. Be mindful of how you're thinking. Shut up sometimes, step back, and let it unfold as it should be. There as a guide or a helper, teacher, or mentor when asked, okay, because you'll have great advice, but forcing it down their throat is an unevolved Virgoan. And you have so much to offer. And a truly evolved Virgoan will watch everything, know like a chess game, the outcomes, but never try and play the game for the person. They'll focus on their own energies, and when the other people come to them in need, like the recluse, like the hermit, they'll shine their light and help them. And that's what Saturn's going to task you, to step back sometimes, well, when you're not supposed to be in everybody else's business and controlling the chess game and the outcome. Step back and let things unfold as they should. Because if you force the issue, not only are you going against the grain, you're getting other people angry and stressed out over your worrying, and you're worrying for nothing. If it happens, then you can worry. Don't worry about it beforehand, and causing this unease or dis-ease in your own body. Now with Libra and Justice, 7th house, your relationships and partnerships, okay, legal system, legal matters, justice, it's being served. You know, this is karmic energy too, though. So what are they going to force you to learn? I have Saturn in my 7th house, and it's Capricorn in my chart. So I'm learning through relationships in my life. Struggle with relationships. difficulty climbing the mountain with relationships, giving too much, being walked on like a mat, used, abused, beaten, hurt, unloved. These are the lower vibrations and things that can be happening in relationships. You're giving too much. In the higher vibration and evolved, you'll be able to discern these relationships with wisdom and clarity from the past. That this person is toxic for me. Oh, sure, they look good, they sound great, but I know by my I say it, my spidey senses, those tingles in my body, those things that go through me, that energy, I can tell right away within 3 feet of a person, their energy is toxic for me, or if their energy is clearly pure energy of love. So with this energy passing through Libra and the relationships, you're going to be tasked with solidifying relationships that are healthy, releasing relationships that are not stable. There's not a solid foundation. Why are you there? Why do you have this person in your life? Why do you keep inviting these people into your life? Why do you keep attracting them into your life? You want to walk away from this energy. You want to find the balance within yourself, stabilize yourself, weed through. What's tangible is a loving, healthy relationship with self first, working on that. Now, the darkness will always attract the light. Even the light at the highest mountaintop attracts the night and the darkness. So many people who have this beautiful shining light attract all that opposite energy. Okay? That is the way of the universe. You don't have to embrace it. And this is what challenge you'll be getting with Saturn. And you may have restrictions with your relationships over the next 2.5 years, that they're not going to go forward, they're not going to be successful, because you are using devolved energies, toxic energies. This is where you'll learn, hopefully, and be released from that once you've evolved that, and you can work on happy, healthy relationships that are lasting. Okay, that's very Capricornian, lasting energies. So this cycle, you want to work on that. Now, our scorpionic energy in our 8th house, that's shared resources, other people's money, inheritances, wills, IRAs, 401ks, things that are coming to you from other people. Not that, it's money that you had to work for. It's coming from something else. You want to be careful also, because Scorpio is the metamorphosis and changes in us, life, death, rebirth. It is your reproductive organs, your creative juices, psychology, right? That's the psyche, okay? The hidden things, which we call the occult, psychic knowledge, hidden enemies, or is it, or open enemies, These are the things that Saturn is going to have you working on. Transmuting the old energies. Releasing what no longer serves your highest purpose. Let things die out in your life, okay? And remove them. It's endings, okay? It is elimination, okay? You want to work on that. Saturn is going to put that to you. Where are you not focusing on the truth of the matter? Where do you have to dive deep, go in within and find the secrets? That's very Scorpion. Find out what's going on in my life, within me. What am I here for? What is my purpose? Okay, you want to rise like the phoenix. All right, so right now use your clarity, your psychic energy, your intuition. Develop that more. That's very much like Scorpio. And Saturn's going to challenge you about that. How is this money coming to you? Are you working on stabilizing these things, like with your business or your job or your relationships with people? If you got money that came into you, are you being foolish with it? Are you going to save your money for a rainy day? Are you going to be a liar, a sneak, a cheat? This is the lower vibration of Scorpio. Or will you evolve these things and mature these things and become someone who's honest up front with things? Very good at detecting things, sensing things, feeling things, but using it in a higher vibration and not against others, because it's only going to come back to yourself too. Saturn is not going to let you go ahead and have all the goodies that you have in the 8th house floating around you if you stay in a lower vibration or don't evolve and mature the energies in Scorpio and what they're there for us to learn. And Sagittarius. Sagittarius is about expansion and growth, higher philosophies. Like if you write a novel, this is about getting it published, or a poem, or your music. Sagittarius likes to have fun. They want freedom. Okay, now very much like Scorpio, because they're so close, they can seek the truth, but they could be the biggest liars. So uninvolved Sagittarian energy is lying, is cheating people, is expanding on the truth, like the big fish story, is keeping your mind limited. You want to involve that to open up your mind to other cultures, other belief systems, other foods, other nationalities, other cultures, other countries. This is what you want to involve with Saturn, instead of looking down at others that are different and their ways of living and expressing themselves. This is what Saturn is going to challenge you to be open, higher-minded, okay, but be truthful. Because Jupiter rules this, and it can expand on the truth, expand on a lie. And we want you to expand on all the highest qualities that Saturn has to offer in that Sagittarian way. Be careful also vacillating too much, like you can't make up your mind and being confused. It's going to try and hone you in to make solid, stable decisions. It's going to be part of you to still go back and forth, but that you want to make decisions that will help you in growing your higher mind, your higher soul purpose, because this card is very much about the ego. And the Sagittarian can be highly egotistical in the low vibration. Think they're perfect. They know it all. They invented the internet. You know what I mean? That is an unevolved Sagittarian. A truly evolved Sagittarian will know and have the knowledge stored, only using it when necessary and not ramming it down anybody's throat or bragging about it. This is like with the wisdom. Okay, then Saturn's going to challenge you to develop your wisdom and knowing, but being on a broader plane and allowing in all sorts of other knowledge and information and experiences, okay, so that you can develop yourself into this bigger person. And then with Capricorn, okay, that Saturn rules Capricorn. So we have the limitations, okay, that Saturn puts on us, and Capricorn just wants to be the best and hardworking and dedicated. So it's going to challenge you to be careful of overdoing things over the next 2.5 years, being overly ambitious, overly aggrandizing, or overly influenced by money and material things. That's a lower vibration of our Capricornian energy. And Saturn's going to want to make you look at that and say, where are you over-identifying with physical reality things, material things, not focusing on the body, not focusing on service to others. Saturn will give you everything you want and that you're working for, but they want you to learn humility in this too. Sure, you're doing hard work and you want to be appreciated for it in the outer world, and you want to be having a great reputation, you want to be rewarded for it. Sure, we all do, but without expecting it because you did the work, having some humility, helping other people, being in service to others, maybe volunteer. Even though you're doing hard work for yourself to seek rewards, you want to always think of other people and how can you be in service to help them. Maybe you could be a mentor, a teacher, a guide to other people, helping them with responsibilities that they are overburdened with. You know, seeing somebody struggle, but not being the know-it-all that you're taking over and just looking down at them and like, they're not doing it right, I could do it better. You know, you want to evolve that energy in the things that you have knowledge with and the responsibility that you have, and the way you're dedicated to things and looking for things long-term. You want to share that with someone else. Again, like being that vessel that you take all the higher qualities of the Capricornian, where you're climbing the mountain, rising to new heights to get to your goal, but not expecting everyone else to be like you, because we're all different. Not everyone is going to move at your pace or do things your way. They'll do things the best that they can, and you can be there to guide them and mentor them if they ask for help. But Saturn is going to definitely challenge you on and restrict you on the high and mighty end of yourself, where you feel like You might be superior because you do things so much better. And in the low vibration, it's going to make sure that you seek the rewards for your dedications and your compliments, and the goals that you achieved in a humbling way, in a humility. That people look at you and say, wow, they're so good at what they do and are dedicated, hardworking, and they don't brag about it and they don't force things down your throat or condescend you. What a great person they are. They really do deserve all the good things that come to them. I want to be like that. You know what I mean? That's what Saturn's going to put on you to challenge you to work at what you're looking to have without being overly aggressive toward it and overly materializing and overly attached to material things, because that will cause stress within your joints, they're saying. Definitely, and your skin. You're going to, causing all these type of irritations, and what you want to avoid that. And now with Aquarius, we have the star. This is your hopes, wishes, and dreams, your 11th house. This is your 10th house. This is your career, the outer world, your reputation, how you want to be seen by the outer world, okay? How the world recognizes who you are, okay, and recognition. This is your hopes, wishes, and dreams. And Saturn's going to say, you're not going to have any of this until you work at it. Now, again, it doesn't mean you have to kill yourself and toil away. The work can be the mental realm. The work can be the way you're feeling about it. The work would be that you sit in contemplation, you meditate, because this is the higher mind. This is things coming in from the unseen, like the satellite glyph that it is for Aquarius, Uranus, shocking change, electric. Things are coming out of the unknown, out of the blue. You want to work on that. And Saturn's going to say, in order for you to have these hopes, wishes, and dreams fulfilled, you want to get your head focused, okay, on receiving the downloads in the universe. You want to clearly sit and contemplate what it is that you want in your hopes, wishes, and dreams. What do you want? Be focused on that and putting the work into concentrating on seeing them, feeling them in your life, working toward them in your life, without being the know-it-all, because that's the Aquarian lower vibration. I know everything, I'm superior. You just want to evolve the energy into a knowing, a knowledge from a higher source coming into you. But again, not forcing it down anybody's throat or being bullying or forceful or imposing, the attitude that I'm better than you or they're not doing it right. This is how you want to work through it in order to get to the goals that you want in your life. And wishing for these things, you have to keep your energy in a good higher light, because once you start giving your energy away to other people in a negative thing or a negative feeling, you are instantaneously sabotaging your own goals coming to you. So focus on your own star. Stop looking at everybody else's. Okay, focus on you. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, because it's none of our business what anyone else thinks. Focus your energies on replenishing yourself, feeding your soul over the next 2.5 years. All right? Let the universe speak to you, God, source, energy, whatever you call it. And if you're not religious or spiritual and you don't believe in God, you're an atheist and you're watching this just for fun, whatever you call the part of you that provides and brings it to you, focus your energies there. Replenish yourself, heal yourself. Open up your mind, your third eye. Let it come into you. So Saturn's going to definitely challenge you in this area of your life, what you're working toward for the long term of your life, what you're heading toward. The great relationship that's solid and lasting, the new house out on the beach, the great car, the successful business, healthy body, children, whatever you're wishing for, $1 million, winning the lottery, Saturn's going to challenge you on this. And then we have Pisces, the moon energy, very emotional, very watery energy. So Saturn is really going to try and say, hey, focus, snap out of it. Stop dreaming about things and fantasizing. Get to work, get it done. If you want to put your thoughts into this and focus it, be realistic about it. All right? If you're 92 years old, you're not going to win the Olympics, and enter the, just be realistic here. Saturn's going to snap you out of it and say, your whole life's going down the toilet if you don't Listen, that's like them a movie Moonstruck. I love that. It's true. Neptune can cause you to feel that starry-eyed dreaminess that is not your highest purpose. You want to look at the reality of things with the Piscean energy, and Saturn's going to make you. Saturn's going to give you that slap in the face and say, you're looking at this through rose-colored glasses. Be realistic, be practical and pragmatic. It's going to talk to you about things that are ending. It is your karma, the 12th house, karma. And it is about also those enemies that, you have to, are they real? Are you imagining these enemies? Are you imagining everybody's out to get you? Saturn's going to say, nobody's out to get you. You're going to work on that, evolve that. It's only up to you and how you perceive things around you. Being realistic about them. Saturn's going to make you be realistic about it. Because they say you're going to not go anywhere. This is not going to stop. It's not going to end. Your karma is not going to be paid until you evolve this energy that, like, are you drinking too much? Especially Neptunian energy. They just love to float and numb themselves and imbibe. Are you drugging too much? Where are you deluded? Saturn's going to force you into the light. Saturn's going to make you see. And if you don't follow it, you're going to delve into the darkness and spin out of control. Because Saturn's not going to let you have the things that you want until you pass the test. So use this time wisely to evolve and mature the energies in Pisces. Try and stop being moody. Try and regulate yourself. Maybe the drinking is too much and it's affecting your moods. Letting things outside of yourself, like everyone's out to get me. I'm not successful because they don't like me because I'm not from this country. All this crap that we can imagine. Oh boy, we're really good at it. And that's Pisces, can imagine the worst. Using the Piscean energy, though, you can imagine beautiful things that are realistic. And Saturn's going to want you to work on being realistic at this time. And like I said, if you don't evolve these energies in the next 28 to 30 years, it's going to happen for you again, but you're not going to go forward. You want to put the energy into this now. I did pull one of the oracle cards from the Enchanted map randomly, and the card Strength came up. Number 44 is a master number. In Arabic, 444 is very auspicious numbers, but this is an 8, which is the lemniscate, that energy that is, we always were, we always are, and we always will be. We are transmuted. We change. And with the Strength card here, it looks like she's balancing the world, or a world, a realm, in her hand very easily. Look how strong she is, this little bitty thing. Okay? And life is spewing from this realm. And she is pivoting and balancing on this trepidatious point of a mountainside or mountaintop, or as tiny as she might be, because this almost looks like little flowers around her, but still, that's a big deal. That's way bigger than her. Like an ant can hold up to 300 times its weight, right? So she's showing that she's got strength to carry on. And she's balanced and grounded and stable. She's a solid foundation. So the book says, your true strength comes not from self-reliance alone, but from sincere faith in a higher power. I love that, because spirit is right on point with all of this. Everything is what we perceive, and having a higher power, or whatever we call this to be, is very important in our lives. But it talks about the strength to accomplish even the most daunting tasks is yours at this time. How Capricornian is this in Saturn, Saturn Capricorn? It's all about getting down to business and making things happen and last for us. It says you can connect with and channel the power of the universe. The Strength card indicates that your ideas are being tested and refined. See, tested, look at that, and refined. And your relationships are being deepened. No matter what happens, nothing can move you off the course of evolution. As the potency of your connections become more obvious, you're able to harness the creative energies that are available to you. Very true that. Have courage and dive in. We were talking about it. Dive in, for magic is in the process of finding a form to take. When you remember that real strength comes from a combination of your efforts and reliance on a higher power working through you. Oh my God, all is possible. You can do anything now. And I said that before. We said that let the energy flow through you. You are the vessel for this energy, just as the flute is the energy for the breath, okay? To create the music. You are the vessel for the energy of the universe to flow through you and make your own music. So this ties in beautifully, this strength, the determination of our Capricornian energy, of Saturn's reliability, strength and foundation. It all made sense. And this is just randomly picked. I love when Spirit does this. Well, they always do. We just have to pay attention and listen to them deciphering it. So I hope this does help you with the whole Saturn and Capricorn. And by the way, if you are a Saturn and Capricorn like I am, this is your Saturn return. Good luck. I was going to say something that Paul always says, but don't mess it up. But he uses a different term, but I'm going to say, really work on this because this is a big chance for you. If you're in your first, second, or third Saturn return, this is your time now to really work on passing the test and the exam so that you don't have to repeat this all over again in over the next 28 years. Okay, so if you have any questions, just put it in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks again for watching and subscribing. If you haven't, please subscribe and like. And you can find me on Instagram and Facebook, also as Enchantress Tarot. And thank you again to everyone, and I love you. I wish you the best.